Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your policeman today, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you all back to This Is the Police, where, as you can see from the morning newspapers, I've gone back and changed a little bit. Now, admittedly, I couldn't go back to the singular day, and I had to repeat the entire week, so there's been quite a few changes, but we're part of the Mafia, who cares if we cheat? Besides, I think we ended up better for it. We got ourselves our lovely new car. We saw this at the end of last episode. Don't have to worry about that. No, you're a lead investigator, I'm afraid. Sure, Percy, you actually needed a rest. So did you, Asano. And there we go. And we've now got Floridor. Look at that professional rating. God, I love that man. Let's play the classical strings of absolute refinement and innocent. And this is the guy I failed to catch last time. And apparently he's part of a gang. Which is a funeral home, apparently. Alright, let's interrogate him, I guess. Medical examination. Subject suffers from phonophobia. What the hell is that? Once hospitalized for electrical burns, and since then he avoids electricity. Ah! Efforts by psychologists to help him deal with his childhood traumas have proven unsuccessful. As a child, Bruno Salvi was a competitive swimmer and placed in dozens of competitions. He gave up the sport after an unpleasant experience. After he finished swimming lessons one evening, some girls locked him inside his locker and left him alone there all night. Since then, he has repeatedly appealed to psychologists to help him with his fear of the dark and closed spaces. He was also regularly exposed to violence at home. Jeez. After the death of his parents in an automobile accident, Bruno Savani dedicated himself to his studies and graduated high school with honors. He received a scholarship to a prestigious college where he was counted one of the three best students. He also took several side jobs while he was in school. One of these jobs, at the Altair funeral home, he met Dante Gambino. They have since grown close. Mr. Gambino has assisted Salvini in the past, bailing him out when Salvini got into minor jams. He's even listed as Salvini's emergency contact. Right. I don't know how to respond to all this, so... Who do you work for? I'm my own boss, pig. I don't believe that. Okay, so we already know you're in with Dante Gambino. He's work for you, or is it the other way around? How about you simplify your lives and help us out a bit? Your mother isn't happy what's going on here. She called the police station in tears. We already know that won't work. Listen, you're young and clever. You help us and we'll help you. We'll put in a good word for you. You might even get to go to college after all. He's also already in college. So it's this one. That's the first time I'm hearing that name. You're lying. Dante Gambino adopted you after the death of your parents. He's your new daddy. You're lying. Dante Gambino has repeatedly bailed you out of here. You'd be a fool to deny it. We record everything. You're lying. This envelope contains photos. Okay. You're lying. Dante Gambino bailed you out of here. Okay, fine. I'll tell you what you want. Okay. I'll tell you everything. It was Dante Gambino. I got the drugs from him. I just did as he asked. Well... Let's start investigating the man, then. I've got no one who can investigate him right now. Hold up. Let's put Mole on the case. 9/11 Theft! Elderly security guard Robert Childress, not less, saw 6 people break through a hole in the fence around the construction yard, climb onto the other fence and start filling up a cart with bricks. At first, the guard was only worried about the stolen materials, but when the thieves started climbing into more dangerous construction areas, he began to fear for their lives. These idiots are going to get themselves killed. You gotta hurry. Right. Alright, I can work with that. Floridor, it's your first mission. Prove yourself worthwhile. Robbery, ghetto, a young man who has just been... A young man who has just been robbed called in a report. He came through the gate with a knife and demanded my wallet. I tried to run, but he caught me and pushed me to the ground. In addition to my wallet, he took my watch, shoes, and even my belt. My mother gave that to me. Well, let's go get him! Mafia Assignment. Jack, we have something going down today at the suburb at 11:40. We wouldn't... Okay. Right. I mean, 1,000 isn't very much. One of the suspects was running around and almost fell down an elevator shaft. He's standing right next to the edge and there's terror in his eyes. Easy, kid. It's a long way down.
911.
Good. Good. Well done. Well done.
1111.
Drug possession. Eddie's Burgers. Eleanor Compton went to wash her hands before eating, but wandered into the cafe's kitchen by mistake. I looked around and saw several white bags of powder. I know cocaine from a mile away. I watch TV. That sounds highly like a false alarm, like it's just sugar or something, but... Dead bodies, what? I'm sorry, what the hell is that sound? Mr. Boyd, you don't know me, and I suppose that's just as well. As for what I do, you probably wouldn't approve, so I won't trouble you with any unnecessary details and get straight to the point. For one very specific, let's call it an operation, I need 3 dead police officers, 1 female and 2 male. Race and age do not matter. I'll return in a couple of days to collect the bodies. We wouldn't want them to start decomposing. Go screw yourself! Miss Compton saw several transparent bags packed with ordinary salt. Yeah, I thought as much. I thought as much.
413 in progress.
Animal assault. A man just called in. His voice was high-pitched and he sounded hysterical. Hello, police. Some kind of beast broke into my apartment and it's running all over everywhere. God, one bite from this thing and I'm dead. Hurry. That also sounds like a false alarm, but sometimes you gotta send people just because you can't take the risk. Investigation. Double homicide. An unidentified man who was unable to pay at the checkout reacted to killing a cashier, then a security guard, then fled the scene. I don't have a good... What am I calling it? Able to do that at the moment.
413.
Well, I'm going to reset the day because I just realized that one was the weird one. You know, I'm probably better off not investigating that guy until tomorrow when I've got the other shift on call. You know? I also definitely need to start remembering the Mafia assignments.
Officer on scene.
I mean, I specifically put the Victus in power, so of course I need to go and make sure he's fine. Alright, we're about to have the Victus assignment. Yeah, this one. It was a false alarm anyway, apparently, but still. I love how it's a false alarm as well. Kind of puts things into perspective, really, doesn't it? Right. A large wasp got into the man's house. I guess that's why it was only 1,000, because it was a false alarm rather than something that was actually doing anything. Man, Victus is just a prankster, isn't he? Mafia assignment. Jack, you've got into our business when you opened an investigation regarding double homicide. It would be better for both of us if this whole thing is settled by 1604. Hopefully. In other words, you want me to take someone just off the case? Wait. What do you mean it would be better if it was settled?
1111.
Does that mean you're gonna kill my person? According to an anonymous source, a house registered to Ernest Franklin is being used to produce store large quantities of drugs. Mr. Franklin is recorded a mile long, including illegal weapons and drug charges. The last time we had him in here, he just opened fire on some teenagers for climbing on his yard to receive a baseball. Alright, you know what? That sounds pretty damn bad. Let's go send them. What's this? I need 4 police today. It's very important for my daughter. She's getting married and I want everything to be perfect. I'm a very powerful businessman. We're talking the kind of success you can't without making enemies. So no surprises today. I could do without any trouble. You know what? Sure. You know what? That seems reasonable and fair. Mayor's worker Billy Sue, whose behavior Cynthia Jackson complained about, had only whistled as a girl passed by. Yeah, I thought that one was a false alarm.
10 in progress.
Disorderly conduct. What? A woman called in, speaking in awestruck tone. I hear from my wall the trumpeting of angels. Oh, the Lord comes. Behold his righteous glory. The television was right. Alright, I swear to God, if that isn't a goddamn...
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
If that's not a false alarm, I don't know what is. Boss, everything went perfectly. We started off serious, all business, but then the pretty girls all wanted to be photographed with us. We ended up eating cake in the newlyweds. It was a great day. Oh, you got fully restored with energy. Oh, damn! I should redo this day and just keep the 2 people from coming and doing anything. Oh, wow. Jack, we're going to have a party, and we want to trust you with the protection. Let my guys relax and have some drinks. Tell your men to keep their hands off the butt of their guns. I don't have any spare people. Robbery. A passerby saw 2 strange men across the street, smashing the window of Mrs. and they disappeared inside. Oh, yep, that is most definitely a crime. Let's go do it.
11-11.
Citizen killed. Well, if there was ever a reason to restart, that's it. Look, as I said at the beginning, we're part of the Mafia. If we have to cheat a little, who gives a damn? So we need to make sure Tessabuki, Asano, Hang, and Pursley are available for that one robbery that happens in the whatchamacallit. For that one marriage that happens over here. Vargas Mansion. Oh!
Looks like we have a
Wait, so the Mafia place has moved. We've now got the Varga Mansion instead of the Sands Estate. Oh, that's really cool. You know what? Just in case they die, I'm putting my brand new investigator on that new double homicide thing. Because after all, I don't know whether Varga is going to try and kill them for it. Oh wow, this one's got 7 frames. Oh, that's gonna take a while, too. That would take a while to solve.
11-11 in progress.
Alright, here we go. We've got this one. Excellent. Let's send in all the very tired people. Off you go. And then as for this drug manufacturing, well, we gotta make sure we don't get a citizen killed or anything like that, so... I still don't know if this one is... This disorderly conduct about the angel thing is a bad thing. I'm afraid we can't send reinforcements, so... Good. Good. Ficus. It's a plant. What's the harm in asking the Mafia to sell it? That's what I like to see. Everyone full energy! You may be drunk, but one of you came to work today drunk as it is, so... you know what? I actually have 2 people on shift who I can actually tell you to go send that. Right now, actually. Excellent. Alright, let's see. Who do we send to this robbery? Floridor and Pursley. And then as for this, I have no idea what to do with you, so... You do not sound like anything I should worry about. Like the biggest false alarm of all time.
In progress.
Public indecency. The club bouncer says they've detained a weird guy who took off his clothes and started... Right. I'm only allowed to send a singular officer. Yancy, you go. Hopefully you don't die in the process. Are you goddamn kidding me? Are you goddamn kidding me? A man and a woman are struggling to carry a luxurious couch through a broken window into their van.
910 complete.
There we go.
210 complete.
Yeah, I thought as much. I just sent 2 cops to their death on a false alarm. Jesus Christ! Okay, so we have some of this. Massacre. Coast Guard. We patrolled the coast and noticed a tug with its navigation lights turned off. But when we tried to intercept, the weather started getting worse. The wind rose up and it started raining. Visibility dropped to 0 and we lost sight of the tug until it caught on fire. We put it out and towed the vessel to shore. That's when we found the girls locked in the hold. They were all dead. The victims were all women under 30 years old. They were killed by carbon monoxide poisoning. Some had bloody and broken hands. Apparently they tried to break down the door. Maybe after the fire started, there were also traces of drugs in their bodies. Some kidnappers prefer to keep their captives semi-conscious. Evidence found at the site and the nature of the fire all indicate that it was arson. The massive fire erupted from diesel fuel spilled on the deck of the tug. Right. We found an abandoned blue inflatable boat battered by the shore and it washed up on shore. Okay. Harley Allen, a drunken old porter. I was on the night shift and the weather was just like a fairy tale. Thunder, lightning, high waves, like Poseidon rising from the abyss to come punish us mortals. I was on the land, but my knees were still shaking. Then I saw a star falling from the sky. It rose out of the darkness of the sea where it had fallen, and a great flame arose from the water. And in the darkness I saw a vessel outlined in fire. Hail the ruthless sea god, you're a terrible beauty. Right, so I assume it's something like that, then that. Oh, sweet, perfect, got it.
Officer on scene. Looks like we
A man and a woman are struggling to carry a luxurious couch. Drop the furniture and put your hands on your head.
910 complete.
Glorious. Right. Samuel Busterman spends all his free time at the gaming machines. Well, let's send our 2 best officers to go and get him. Offender caught. Nice job. Well, I can't start my investigation on David Vasquez yet. So yeah, I got a good lot of people, especially this new guy, Odin Beard, as he's called. Look at that beard. That man is a god. Freeburg abandons drinking fountains. Bike ride in the city centre. Senior citizens empty pharmacies across. Right. It's your first day at work, Odin! What the hell is this piece of paper? City Hall, Mafia, Police Station. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Wait, does that mean how much they like me? Alright. Your elderly father was inside your house when it burnt down. You know what? Fine, you can take the day off for that. We have Odin to replace you after all. Yesterday I was just a bit moody, but I suppose that's a good enough excuse. Man, I need to do a barbecue, don't I? Just to see what people think of me. Your share. That's really nothing. Apparently weapons are worth crap.
10 in progress.
Disorderly conduct. A bus driver just called in, reporting a group of teenagers that were running down the street, throwing stones at the shop window. The man told them to stop, but for his trouble, he was struck in the head by a rock. That sounds pretty bad. Odin, it's time for your very first mission. Look at this man's beard and his sunglasses. You know, the moment I saw him, I had to recruit him. Just look at that man. He must be turned into a god. Really?
911 in progress.
Theft. Some items went missing at the home of Victoria Long. Items worth over $10,000. A friend and I sitting together in the evening drinking wine and on a lark. Clara said we should try on some jewels. We had fun putting on rings and necklaces, trying different things together. And then we set everything back in the box. My friend went home and I decided to look at my jewelry one more time. Then I noticed 4 rings were missing. I was literally wearing them an hour ago. They were very expensive, been in the family for generations. Well, sure. We'll send 2 people. Things seem pretty quiet. Things seem oddly quiet. I want to do the barbecue thing. I'm going to send Dixon, O'Hara, and Protector. And I want to know what that means.
We've got a situation here.
The police have arrived at Clara Long's residence. Her husband opened the door. She shot a look at the police and ran away down the hall, but soon returned later to the thing. Ask for tea and calmly interrogate the couple.
9/11.
Everything be calm. That was someone else's jewelry. It makes sense for us to bring it to the police station as evidence, more than selling it. Suicide threat. A theatre director called in, reporting that one of the young dancers had locked herself in a dressing room and wouldn't respond to the knocks. I don't have the strength to break down the door, and I'm afraid the girl might have done something to herself, so she was very upset to learn that she won't be among the principal cast in the upcoming premiere. I see. Somali and Beard, you get on it. I think that's a false alarm, so I probably shouldn't send Beard, because I want to turn Beard into a goddamn badass! But, you know, whatever. Mafia Assignment. We have something go down at the Soros Jewelry Store at 9 o'clock. Oh, at 7 o'clock. Okay. Disappointed.
11:10 in progress.
What? Oh, that might be about the...
11.
I don't know what he was disappointed about. Probably the double homicide thing, I assume. Because he didn't give me a assignment before then. Port officers opened a container, and instead of cement, as specified in the documents, they found boxes of very rare, expensive alcohol. Soon after, an SUV approached the place, and 3 armed men got out. Screams and gunshots were heard. Well, that definitely sounds like something we need to deal with as the police. I thought you might be asking for reinforcements. No, I refuse.
11:10 complete.
As I said, you should have everything you need. Ask the Mafia to sell the alcohol, I'm fine with
9/11
that.
in progress.
What is this? The guards at the jewelry store detained a man who had quietly pocketed a necklace and several gold rings. The scumbag is acting all offended and refuses to turn out his pockets, and said the head security, "Come out and sort this out yourselves." You know, that doesn't sound like anyone's gonna die from it. It just sounds like the guy's going to escape. That's not so bad. As long as citizens don't die, I think it's fine. Offender escaped. Yeah, I thought as much. Armed robbery. An obese woman wearing a bunny mask entered a boutique and told the saleswoman to put all the money from the register into the sports bag. Then the clerk laughed and the woman wearing the mask pulled out a gun and fired it into the air. Another customer at the store whispered from the dressing room, Besides, she also wanted a red dress, size extra large. Well, you're definitely in a bad state, so we'll send you. I'm gonna save those 4 remaining people. I don't know if I'm actually allowed to use these 3, given the fact they're on a barbecue. Wait, was this really my only case? Oh, damn it! I forgot to start the investigations of people today. Fuck! Damn, I gotta restart it now! Right. We still don't have enough frames on this case to be able to complete it. What about this drug possession, then? Not enough frames, either.
9:10 complete.
How'd the armed robbery do? Fender caught. Excellent. Well, that sounds like it's the end of the day. This was a very quiet day. Not much happened at all. Well done, everyone. You're all looking a little tired, but hopefully that'll be sorted by the time you come back. Garbage collection fee increases 25%. Christ's icon discovered in the foundation of Buddhist temple. Freiburg hockey team on strike. 3 months, no pay. Alright. You can't lead a horse to drink, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I have no idea what that's meant to mean. Ooh, a cutscene. Oh, what's going on here?
What's this, Martin? Think that'll cover breakfast?
Good Lord, Jack. You should knock.
Don't worry, Martin. I don't care what kind of business you're up to.
Alright,
Although
fair.
on second thought, scratch that. I'm very interested in your business. In fact, that's why I'm here. You have a lot of connections?
Depends on what you need.
Makes sense.
I want to keep my job. I've got another 5 years in me, at least. I want to prove my dismissal is illegal. You know someone who can help?
Ooh.
Jack, are you sure you want to get involved in this fight?
Martin, let's not,
Got yourself a new toy?
Oh, you noticed, Martin. Just like a teenager. Always on the move. Yeah.
Hello. Is this Mr. Boyd?
Last I checked, who's this? And where did you get my personal number?
When you work at the prosecutor's office, it's not too hard to find someone's phone number.
Right.
Prosecutor's office? Just a second. Martin, out. I need to take this.
Understandable.
But Jack, it's my office. Okay, I understand. I'll go grab an ice cream. As for your little problem, Jack, I think we can work something out. Give me a couple of weeks.
Weeks?
Jack, what you're asking is...
Yeah, okay, I get it. Now get out already.
I mean, fair. Okay.
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
My name is Lana Berman. I'm the deputy prosecutor of Freiburg. Well, one of the deputies. Not even the first deputy, to tell you the truth.
Alright.
How can I help you, Miss Berman?
I don't know how to say this, Mr. Boyd. You see, Mr. Boyd, I'm in line to be the next prosecutor of Freiburg, and apparently that's happening quite soon.
Alright.
Soon? Shia Broom was just re-elected for a new term.
Yes, but she'll be resigning in February. She's suffering from a heart condition, so she's chosen a replacement to carry out her term, and she chose me. You have no idea of the scandal, Mr. Boyd. I've only been at the prosecutor's office for half a year, and she chose me. It's incredible.
Alright.
That
So
really is
congratulations.
unbelievable, Miss Berman. But what's it got to do with me?
Good question.
Well, I understand how this call would seem strange to you, Mr. Boyd, but Mrs. Broom said she said that you have a lot going on, but you're the most honest official in the city.
Wow.
And if I really want to change the city for the better, and I swear that's what I want, then I should meet you.
I'm afraid Mrs. Broom was exaggerating.
Oh, believe me, Mr. Boyd, Mrs. Broom is not one to exaggerate. I'm sorry, Mr. Boyd, I need to run. Do you mind if I call you later?
Do I mind? Let me think. No, I don't mind, Miss Berman.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd.
Alright, Jack, you've become quite the sarcastic bastard since waking up, haven't you? Well, that's left him to do some thinking. No, you can't take off the day. That's good enough excuse. Alright then. Oh, and I got a strike today. Nice. Wow. You know, I'm not surprised I only got $4 for selling a fiscus. But you know what? It got me up to a nice even number. Well, Pursley, are you ready for another good hard day of work where you're going to upgrade your stats even further? Noise from a garbage truck woke up the vagabond who was sleeping on a nearby bench. The homeless man became angry and went to scold the truck driver. A fight soon erupted. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Let's just send in some, you know, regular people that kind of just need a level.
911 in progress.
Theft, Desire Park.
311A complete.
Joe Smallren reported a run-in with a pickpocket at the park. His wallet was stolen, along with some documents and an expensive watch. I'm sure that it was that red-headed brat. He was rubbing all over me. Well, nope, Pursley is not going to get back in time to be able to help sort that. So let's send in Little and the 2 newbies. Well, they're not even newbies. I love how I consider 200 a newbie when it's 150 is meant to be considered average.
1310 in progress.
Fraud. Hello, I was contacted by a lawyer named Donald Holden Jr., who told me some wonderful news. It turned out I'm a distant relative of a Nigerian prince who recently died, and he left me $15 billion. I only needed to pay $20,000 in gold bulletin to open an account to retrieve the money, but I noticed that the lawyer carries a pistol, so I decided to play it safe and call a police escort to make sure everything goes smoothly. Alright.
Officer on scene.
Desire Park. Sitting quietly on the bench is a red-headed guy who fits the description, but in the distance is a woman struggling with a young man in a hood, shouting and clutching her bag. Rush to the woman and the guy in the hoodie. The guy in the hoodie notices the police and tries to escape. He stumbles and several wallets and pieces of jewelry come tumbling out of his pockets. Try to walk over to the bench and hit the... What? Try to chase the fleeing man.
911.
There we go. Glorious.
214 in progress.
Public indecency. Phyllis Emery is clearly beside herself. This jerk took out his crooked in the middle of a crowded bus and started to poke me with it. God, it was so disgusting. I screamed, and several of the men on the bus grabbed the pervert and wrestled him to the ground. Purdy and Wayne, let's go. By the way, I was about to say, do I have anyone from this, what I'm gonna call it, working on this case? Honestly, I would prefer this one to get sorted out quickly so I can investigate the Vargas more quickly as well. Because Beasley is definitely my best guy. City Hall. City Hall had a wall repainted by some hooligans. If the police can't do their jobs in a timely manner and send these criminals to Broad, then they can spend their shift cleaning the wall. Well, you're an arse, I see.
911 in progress.
Alright, that's 2 things that happened in WADs. Theft, parking lot. An eyewitness saw a man in a pickup truck cruising down a road, stopping at every parked car and siphoning off fuel into the spare tanks he carried in the back. Passerby went up to him, but the guy saw the guy had a gun and ran. Alright, that sounds bad. What about here? Drugstore, 5 people again. Right. An elderly man called the station in rage. I went to the drugstore to buy a hearing aid and receiver, and the guy behind the counter tried to sell me cocaine. Well, this guy's got the gun, so he's clearly the worst.
910 in progress.
Really? Armed robbery, just as I said. Oh, what the Christ is this? With all these damn things happening at once. I literally just sent everyone out. What the Christ? The suspect has been sighted. He squatted down next to someone's car. One end of the hose in the gas, the other end in the suspect's mouth. Apparently he was siphoning fuel. Strike a match to see him better. Seriously? Take the hose out your mouth and rush the suspect and tackle him.
1111.
Oh, god damn it.
910 complete.
Offender escaped. I'm clearly redoing this one, so...
130 complete.
How many days must I repeat? You know, I could tell City Hall to just go screw itself, but... City Hall's the one in charge of my equipment, and I just did request a new officer slot, so I probably want to keep them happy. Right, let's see. You're the person that's siphoning gas. You don't seem like that bad a criminal. But I'm sending Pursley just because Pursley. Right, armed robbery. An armed man entered a publishing building and demanded a copy of the new novel written by Ivan Balkov, which had just gone to press. Well, if he's armed, well, he's clearly dangerous. Let's go deal with him.
113B in progress.
Carjacking. Alarms are coming from the Hells on Wheels motor show. Eyewitnesses report that a group of attackers broke the window, ran inside and stole 6 luxury cars. According to one of the onlookers, they drove off in the same direction. Let's see if I can have some people return before that thing ends. No, it doesn't look it. The man fires his shotgun into the air and yells at the editor, "Bring me that fucking book right now, or you'll be the hero in tomorrow's obituaries." Shoot the criminal with a taser.
910C completion.
Well done, Floridor. Right, I've got to send you 3 by yourself to that. There's no other way to do it. Oh, that's just as I was always been saying, that we've had 2 quiet nights. Assault with a deadly weapon. During a performance, someone began shouting racist speech at a black singer, and then fired several shots with a pistol. The room descended into panic, and everyone ran for the exits. Yeah, I'm going to send in the paddy wagon for that. A passerby reported a dark sedan speeding through red lights, swerving from side to side. He got to be drunk or stoned. Thought I'd just let you know. You know what? Good enough for me. How'd the carjacking go? Well done. Well done. I love these guys. Alright, drug possession. Right, we have a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Artist. Dante Gambino is an old and reliable employee at the Ulterior Funeral Home. His job is to import and distribute drugs. Okay. Drugs. The cocaine is stored in a metal urn, normally used for ashes. Right. The office is open from 8 AM to 8 PM. The goods are brought through the main entrance after closing time. A truck filled with urns comes twice a month. The driver moves the boxes filled with the product inside the funeral home. The drug-filled urns are stored in a fireproof cabinet in the office of Frederica Ferez, the owner of the whole operation. Dante Gabino keeps a key to our office, which he wears on a big chain along with other keys. Right. So, the funeral home closes. What did it say? A large truck? A truck. That looks like a truck. That's a van, so... Truck comes in. He brings in the goods. He stores in the urns. And... Why did I put that one on there? Oh, okay, so the man brings it in. It's a van, not a truck. Go screw yourself.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
I can't.
412.
Good work, guys. I knew you had it in you. By the way, yeah, Beasley's at home, so these 2 don't matter right now. What about this, though? Well... Those 2 look identical. No, that's a motorcycle, that's a bicycle. The tall, middle-aged man was dressed in an unbuttoned grey coat and a white t-shirt. Upon entering the store, he went right for the alcohol, picked a 6-pack of beer, and then headed to the checkout. Sylvia Ania, witness. I was standing right in front of this guy at the checkout. He seemed pretty suspicious to me, and what a nasty smell. I got away from him as fast as I could, and on the way out, I told one of the guys to keep an eye on him. I was in line with this guy. He was obviously in a hurry and very nervous. He handed the cashier his credit card, and when the cashier told him that his account was empty, he pulled out his gun and shot the girl in the head. Then the guard, who was standing nearby, tried to grab his gun, but the guy was too fast and he finished him off. Right. Me and my partner Ron were talking when a woman came up and said we should watch out for a strange man at the checkout. Ron went over there, and when I saw the flash and heard shots, and as this guy was rushing the exit with his beer. I was in such shock, I didn't have much time to do anything. I didn't even get a chance to get my gun out. Passerby. I'm about to go inside, and suddenly this idiot jumps out and almost knocks me over. I didn't have a hard time. He just jumped on his bike and left. Well, there's 2 bikes! That could mean 2 different things, dammit. Alright, the man entered the store. He grabbed the alcohol. He did that. He shot the girl, and then that's probably all we have at the moment for it. Because there needs to be something involving shooting the guard, I'd say.
Looks like we have a situation
A police
here.
cruiser caught up with the sedan, which is swerving dangerously left of them. Stop the engine immediately. The sedan suddenly turns into an underground parking garage. Follow him.
112 complete.
Well done. You found pharmaceuticals. Well, if no one knows. Well. Alright. Oh, so whoever I send to the barbecue won't be available for next shift. Got it. Personally, order to work tomorrow. Floridor, order to work tomorrow. We're gonna need some elites tomorrow, and then Pursley as cannon fodder. Freeburg mail truck missing. Girl sets house on fire to watch firefighters. Okay. Nursing home to get cable TV. What's your tip of the day? One man's trash is another man's treasure. Alright. You're too tired. Yeah, you can take the day off. You are the tired one. Oh! The people who were on the holiday are here. What? City Hall request. One more officer. Cool. This man. Where's he getting hired? Shift B, probably, because Shift B kind of has the slightly less professional people. Although, then again, Shift A has you, which means, and you're gonna take days off every now and then, so I'll go Shift A. I'll go Shift A.
412
Shut up, I'm doing something. Yeah, you can sell $200 with the staff, I guess. About 24 Amish men chased everyone out of the city dump and blocked all access. The Amish community claims that the land belongs to them, and as evidence, they're presenting a handwritten document. An eyewitness reports that they're behaving very peacefully, but there are hardly any weapons aside from a few pitchforks. Right. Assault. Factory worker Villatary Samars quarreled with the head of the plant and attacked him. Colleagues called the police, but are afraid to intervene because son of us is strong as an ox. He took us by destruction. Is he stronger than Floridor? I highly doubt that. Beard, Pursley, get in there and support Floridor. As for the dump, doesn't sound too bad, so we'll send in some of the less professional people. By the way, drug possession. Dante Game is a fan of ancient Greek poetry. He spends every free minute reading. Spends most of his time at work. I believe work, so let's go. I've got all day to catch him, really. So, question. Do I know about these people now? Considering I sent them to the barbecue. No? Odd, okay. Vitality Samsov is holding the plant manager over a vat of milk. The manager is crying and kicking his feet, and then he release the hostage immediately.
I was trying to raise TN1, Sergeant Soft Spot.
Alright, apparently that's a worse situation than you thought it was. We'll send some people to help.
In progress.
Reckless endangerment, Freeburg Zoo. We've received numerous calls from visitors at the local zoo who saw a drunken zoo employee open the cheetah cage. The dangerous cats are running amok and have started to attack people. Oh, we need some good people over there, clearly. Hold up.
210.
Floridor. Everts. Von Dahl and Michael. Get over... not Michael, because we got another report. Oh, no, that was a report. Excellent. Well, as for here, then, Magajama Jr. and Pursley, off you go.
Progress.
Noise complaint, cemetery. The caretaker at the cemetery reported strange sounds coming from the crypt. I'm afraid it's the dead finally come back to life. These are dark days. I believe it's a false alarm, but whatever. Well done, Pursley. You got him. Excellent. I'm not going to investigate you today. Reason? I'm investigating the Vargas today. Do I not need to interrogate that guy? Apparently not. David Vasquez converted an orphanage into a drug distribution center, using underage kids to do his dirty business. Jesus! Armed robbery. A man wearing a ski mask entered a Livewire consumer electronics store. He pulled out his gun and demanded all the money, the most expensive toaster. The store security guard was fast on his feet and managed to knock the gun out of the robber's hands, but then he grabbed the sales assistant by the throat and he's threatening to strangle her unless his demands are met. When in doubt, send Floridor. The door to the vault opens and there's a rustling down in the darkness. Shine your flashlight down there. Two homeless men jump out of the darkness. They're carrying shovels and some jewelry. It seems they don't want to give up their plunder so easily. Use the taser.
213 complete.
Well done. The dead don't need jewelry.
511 in progress.
Alright, armed robbery. Live fire. A man in ski mask in the middle of the store. Let go. Calm down, let the girl go, and just leave. Try to sneak up behind the suspect. The man releases the girl and starts to run, then enters a room with a bunch of refrigerators and disappears. Check all the refrigerators. Not good enough for me! Firefight! A gang stormed the casino and went straight for the utility room. The eyewitnesses who called the police said he heard gunshots and then the gang members started carrying some big boxes. Yeah, that sounds like something we need to deal with. Vehicular accidents. The owner of a grocery store saw a car drive on the sidewalk and then knock over a girl who was playing with her roller skates. Then the bastard stopped, waited a second, then backed up over the child again. I've heard that's how the Chinese do it back home, but are we really going to let them get away with it here? Of course not! Pursley, get on shift! Pursley, Beard, off you go!
511.
Well done, lads and gals. Well done. You know what? We'll bring the automatic weapon to the police station. We only got $4 grand for selling the damn thing in the first place. Whereas for jewelry, we get like 20.
711 in progress.
Prostitution. Zach Zeiger reports that a young blonde in a short red dress approached him at a bar and offered to go to bed with him for cash. I've never laid down with a, can you believe that, bird. Imprisonment. A man with a strong Spanish accent said that a dozen people are being held against their will in the basement of the cafe. What is with this cafe? The hostess of the cafe seeks out needy immigrants, gains their trust, and promises mountains of gold, then imprisons them and makes them work around the clock for stale food. According to the man who called, he was one of the slaves, but managed to escape. The woman also has 5 armed guards who beat up the less productive workers. Well, that definitely is going to probably need a paddy wagon, so... As for the prostitution, I suppose we can just send 2 regular people for now. Have you asked? No! Screw you and your corpses. Alright, Debbie's Diner. Okay, let's go. I suspect this is a false alarm, but I suppose you can't be too careful. Something bad is going to happen because I didn't prepare the corpses, isn't there?
12 in progress.
Lucifer in the sky. Police impersonation. 4 police officers entered the nightclub and started arresting people for having fun. Then bullied the girls, and when the guys got angry, they beat them up and humiliated them. One of them put a gun in the patron's mouth and shouted at the others. Another cop knocked out a man's front teeth and put the butt of the gun. The club manager has serious doubts that these men are even real police officers and suspects that these are competitors that might have been sent to cause trouble. Oh, it looks like they most definitely were. The blonde was Frank's ex-girlfriend. She'd come to the bar with her friends and saw Frank and decided to Frank saw her and decided to teach her a lesson. That man is a... Can we not arrest people for wasting our time? Well, clearly this is it. Thank you. Excellent. Well done, Glasgow. You've finished your first thing.
We've got a situation here.
The police found a secret tunnel in the basement and descend into a dark and smelly room. A police A man notices the police, shouts something, and quickly disappears inside. Turn on the flash room light and inspect the room. The police are taking enemy fire. Honestly, return fire.
711 complete.
At that point, if they're shooting at us. I may not be a fan of guns, mostly because I'm British and we don't do that sort of thing here. But you know how it is.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Police impersonation. Yeah, okay, I can send reinforcements. We've got 2 on hand. Let's see. We caught the offenders. Glorious. Magnificent. Well. Percy's getting up there. Percy's getting up there. Percy might need a second stripe. Oh, hello.
Mr. Boyd, I am Agent Avrahami, and this is Agent Roberts. You'll have to come with us.
What now? Oh, please get dressed, Mr. Boyd. We'll wait for you in the car.
Alright.
Mr. Boyd, did you hear what I said? You know what? You boys can go to hell. I'm not going anywhere. Not right now, at least. You can come down to the police station during regular hours. You can't just come to my house while I'm sleeping, pull me out of bed without any breakfast. Right now, the only place I'm going is back to bed. I'm closing the door now, and if you...
Jack, what's all this? I told everyone what a great sport you are and how fun it would be to play a little joke on you. Where's your sense of humor gone?
Who the hell are you?
Ethan, it's 5 in the morning. At this hour, the only thing that'll get me laughing is one of you feds slipping on a banana peel.
Well, what'd I tell you? He's such a joker.
You're getting old, Ethan.
You're getting fatter, Jack.
And you're getting boring.
And you're getting fired.
Fine. You win.
You're still a snappy dresser, Jack. As I'm sure you can guess, we've got an assignment here in Freeburg.
Oh, God.
Come on, let's go. We'll fill you in at the scene. Oh, and I really am glad to see you, Jack. You have no idea.
Alright. So, we're now dealing with the FBI.
This is Agent Suresh, Agent Kumaro, Agent Ellis, and Agent Dixon.
I've got a
Jeez,
Dixon.
How many men did you bring?
11 people on my team, plus 2 heads, but they're still asleep at the hotel. We got to Freeburg a couple hours ago.
Alright, what's going on? This ought to be good.
Actually, I was asked not to communicate with the local police, at least until the press conference, but, well, you're a friend. And by the way, you're lucky you didn't have time for breakfast.
Oh. Oh, this sounds good. What's gonna happen in here? Oh.
Now, the press are calling him the Dentist. Just like every other fucking maniac, he's got his own stupid nickname. We spent 19 years chasing this guy. The MO is always the same. He kills young women in a small town, drops out of sight, and then reappears on the other end of the country with a fresh set of victims. He kills without hesitation, stuns the victim, then strangles her while she's unconscious. And that's when things get fun. He uses a power tool to ream out the dead girl's mouth. For 5 years, we've heard nothing. That's the longest break he's ever taken.
Huh.
Then 6 hours ago, we got a crazy anonymous tip that the dentist was in Freeburg, and he'd already committed his first murder. They even told us the address of the house. Looks like our anonymous tip came from the dentist himself, but that hasn't been verified yet.
Huh. Is that the guy who contacted
Dixon,
me?
Don't go anywhere. So, Jack, listen. Dixon will take you to the station. You can bring your people up to speed. I'm looking forward to full cooperation, and it would be great if you could bag a criminal like this before you retire. A nice farewell. You know what I'm saying, Jack?
Yeah, a nice farewell.
And Dixon, Mr. Boyd will tell you where to take him. Come on, look alive. You're the police chief's driver today, if that's good enough for you. I'll come around to see you tonight. Buy some beers, huh? But not that piss you normally drink. That stuff gives me wicked heartburn.
Probably shouldn't work with the the Mafia while the FBI is here. Jesus hell. Oh. Wait, what happened to my newspapers? Oh, of course I don't get any newspapers. The people aren't here. Well, everyone! I think that's a good place to end today's episode. I certainly do hope. Let's just hope the game's saved at the beginning of that day and that I don't have to just, like, you know... No, indeed so. Well, everyone, then, it looks like this is a good place to end today's episode, so what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today? I've been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.